What's up everyone, it's Arcadenaut here, and I think I have a new idea. So we have Tekken 8 coming right up in less than 2 months and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in less than 3 months. So just because of that, I wanted to play Final Fantasy Remake from scratch once again as my second playthrough, and for some reason I enjoyed Final Fantasy Remake more than I finished it in the first place. I tried to play as Barret, Tifa, Aerith more than I played with Cloud this time, and I tried to see the better sides of Final Fantasy Remake, and actually I did. And while my playthrough, I had the feeling that Tifa should be the first guest character of Tekken 8, and in order to prove my point, in order to prove my idea to you guys, I've been searching for games that I can play as Tifa, and of course especially fighting games, and for this reason, starting with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I also play retro fighting games like Guys, Dissidia Final Fantasy, and also NT Dissidia Final Fantasy. Learn more about Tifa's abilities, her move list, or what can be implemented in Tekken 8 that can be used as her combos or move lists. And of course this video is totally open for discussion, so if you have any better ideas or how to implement Tifa for Tekken 8, be sure to share them by the comments below. So while I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, I tried to play as Tifa, as I said before, especially in Coliseum or the Shinra Battle Simulator sequences in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And while I was playing as Tifa, I realized that her move list starts with 1-2 punches especially, and these 1-2 punches, meaning that you either press square or triangle on PlayStation, that means that Tifa's move list starts with left and right punches, even in Final Fantasy VII. So that's a really good thing. That's one of the fundamentals of Tekken playstyle or Tekken move list. At first glance I was like, okay, Tifa is indeed suitable for Tekken 8 or Tekken playstyle, so to say. And many people, even Tekken fans, want to see Tifa implemented into game with Kazuma Kiryu of Yakuza series. Indeed, Tifa, with her appearance, her playstyle, her attitude, could be like a guest character like Noctis was in Tekken 7, right? So indeed there's an agreement or a collaboration crossover event or an agreement between Bandai Namco and Square Enix. And after the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Tekken 8, Tifa could indeed be the best guest character for Tekken 8, right? So that's what I came up with. And as I was playing as Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Remake, I also realized that her normal moves, her 1-2 punch moves, also connect with some kick moves, meaning that we can build Tifa's move list as square triangle, meaning that 1-2 punches that ends with either X or circle, leading to a really fundamental Tekken move list that lots of characters have. Based on that, I wanted to build Tifa's fundamental move list, let's say combo moves, based on Asuka Kazama and Lydia as one of the newest newcomers of Tekken 7. So because of that, I wanted to give Lydia a chance in Tekken 7 today and take a look at her combo moves. So Lydia's appearance, her stance, even her model is quite similar, I would say. Or at least you can trick yourself seeing Tifa just like I did today. But the main difference between Tifa and Lydia is that Lydia has some stances that you can quickly do with backwards or either forward circle and X by pressing the both buttons at the same time. So this stance of Lydia's could add some flavor to Tifa's playstyle, and I think I would prefer Tifa having different stances or some moves that would lead her doing some abilities that I mentioned before, like dive kick or unbridled strength or chi trap that she normally has in Final Fantasy VII Remake, or that she will have in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that we don't know yet. And I think I would prefer more complex or flavored playstyle in Tifa's move list if I were to talk for myself. On the other hand, I think making a guest character too complex would also make people give up on playing Tifa, right? And that could be a new problem. I'm not calling either Geese Howard, Akuma, or Noctis as a easy to play character, but I might call them maybe more accessible than normal Tekken characters, right? That would motivate players to give them a chance or play as them or learn their moves. So maybe adding stance moves or like parry moves to Tifa would add flavor to it. But on the other hand, there is also a high risk, a high probability that Final Fantasy fans or newcomers would give up on playing Tifa rather than trying her moves or practice her combo moves in general. But I think if I were to talk for myself, I think I would rather sacrifice Lydia to add Tifa in Tekken 8. But on the other hand, there is also high risk that Lydia fans or Lydia mains would target me and hate me for my decision, right? But there is also another character that really risks Tifa's appearance in Tekken 8, and that is another newcomer of Tekken 8. She's Raina Mishima. So we know nothing about Raina Mishima, right? We don't know her move list, we don't know her combos or how she plays. But as far as I've seen her moves, and also take a look at Tifa's either Final Fantasy VII Remake moves or her Dissidia moves, even her Argais moves, there is a high similarity with Reina's move list as far as I've seen. But of course, it is the most logical or the most practical to reference Tifa's Final Fantasy VII Remake moves rather than Argais or Dissidia Final Fantasy. That's a fact. But again, what's interesting is that Tifa has some really good moves, like in terms of animation or way she fits in a fighting game. For example, the Dolphin Blow move that we can clearly see in Dissidia NT, that can be easily her Rage Art in Tekken 8, or her Limit Break ability, her Somersault attack, is also quite similar to Martial Law's Windmill Kick. I don't know if that move has another specific name, but I think you get it. Or a really dangerous low kick move called Water Kick that can open up the defenses of Tekken characters. Tifa has a really high potential to be a good or at least a high tier Tekken character if she were to be implemented in Tekken 8. And of course, as while I was thinking about how Tifa can be implemented in Tekken 8, I also thought about her arena, her stage, and also her stage music. So as for the stage, I thought about the open plaza, the open area in front of the 7th Haven. As for her music, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake's rearrangement of the Oppressed would be the best music. The rearrangement of Oppressed is called Due Recompense in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I think another rearrangement just for Tekken 8 could be a new stage music. It kinda gave me the vibes of Victor's stage, the Paris stage music, the same tension, the same feeling and the same groove, so to say, as it kind of fits more like a fighting game or the same vibe that Tekken has. And as for Tifa's stage, as I said before, I think the open plaza in front of 7th Haven is the best. That place could turn into like an arena just like they did in Tekken 7 for Sid's Garage. And also during the fight, we could see characters like Barrett maybe hanging around, or members of Avalanche, or even Cloud. Besides that, maybe like an in front of Shinra building could be the best place. I think my preference lies with 7th Haven, as it matches with Tifa more, right? But let's say we had Cloud Strife as a guest character, then I think maybe Shinra building could be the best. Maybe that, like the Shinra building rooftop where he fought against Rufus, right? But for Tifa, I think I'm adamant about 7th Haven. I think that suits Tifa more. And as I said before, I really think Tifa could be the best guest character in Tekken 8. I'm not gonna talk about that detail in this video, but another guest character from Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, so to say, could be Yuffie. And Yuffie could be another replacement for Kunimitsu, but again, I think Kunimitsu mains could target me and threaten my life. I might make another video in regard to Yuffie and how Yuffie could be implemented in Tekken 8 if you're like interested in this concept. To be completely honest, it would be harder to implement Yuffie in Tekken 8. I mean, Tifa is playable in, as I said before, Air Guys, DC Final Fantasy titles, or she has decent move list and abilities in Final Fantasy VII Remake that could match a fighting game. But Yuffie, on the other hand, needs some more imagining and probably needs more inspirations from Kunimitsu's move list. Like, Yuffie is also a playable character in Air Guys, but I don't think she has a decent or a deep gameplay mechanics in Air Guys, so that could be a problem. Anyways, today's topic was how to implement Tifa and how she could be the best guest character in Tekken 8. And I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see, she has really decent moves. She has really Tekken-like moves that could be easily implemented. And I believe she could really match with other Tekken characters, especially when the similarities with Asuka Kazama and Lydia are considered. That means I'm really hoping to see Tifa in the first season pass. I think announcing Tifa right after the launch of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would be the best time to do it. And as I said before, do not hesitate to share your thoughts or how you would implement Tifa in Tekken 8 or another character that you would like to see in Tekken 8 as a guest character. To be honest, I would like to experiment and see that the character that you mentioned in the comments below, how those characters would fit Tekken 8, and then share my own thoughts and opinions about that character and how that character could be implemented to Tekken 8 or even maybe Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, or maybe Grand Blue Fantasy. I would like to continue this concept as like a brainstorming and like a discussion video, so do not hesitate to share your thoughts. Your feedback is really appreciated. Let's hope the best for Tifa. And as always, thank you for watching today's video. Do not forget to share your thoughts and opinions and which character that you would add as a guest character in a fighting game. Do not forget to join my Discord channel, and any humble support through Patreon is really appreciated. And I will see you soon. Stay tuned.